You are currently listening to Wolf Tracks with Bobby the Wolf Mullins, your paranormal shock jock, your DJ the Outlaw, the #1 bad boy in paranormal. That's right. You ask, I told you. Just ask around. They'll tell you. And as usual, this is a GTN product. GhostTalesTV.com. Go to them for all your paranormal superstation needs. Kind of a big deal, guys. They're a big deal on the world TV. So check them out. Go to them for anything you need. Ask me the crazy questions. Call Richard Parnell if you see me acting up and you don't like it. Well, if you don't like it, 2 words. But, as usual, if you don't like what you see, what you hear, the topics, the language, the equipment, by God, turn me on. But if you like what you see, what you hear, the topics, the language, the equipment, I love my girl. That's right. Then turn me on. You're currently listening to Texas Hippie Coalition. Pissed off and mad about it. Just that kind of day, guys. And I dig it. Hell, it's 2 o'clock my time. Figure, I've been drinking all morning. What the hell, drink some more, right, and do a show. Why not? Ask the Bama boys what time I start drinking. They'll tell you. I showed up at their old con, and met Benny and Keith and slid them some Miller Lite at about 8:30 in the morning. The Wolf was ready to drink and already down about a 6-pack. That's right, I had the jacket full of beer, had the cooler behind the stand, a little table set up for the Wolf Tracks thing, and I was emptying cans and signing them for the fans. Because, I don't want to contribute to the delinquency of a minor, so, hey, why not have a signed can from the old Wolf himself? And it's got to be 6 o'clock somewhere. Got a little of my girl and my goatee. I like that. Anyway, we're going to talk aliens and paranormal and all that crazy shit. Oh, and by the way, Robert Mullins of the BBMP sent me something. Let me pull that up for you on the Wolf Tracks bid phone, or whatever the hell it is. Let's see what we got here. All right, now, he sent me pictures since we did that last show on Bat Squatch. Not Swatch Squatch, but Bat Squatch. He says, could this be Bat Squatch? Looks like an action figure to me. Could this, if it'll change, is that Bat Squatch? I don't think so. I think that's more of a guy in one of them glide suits. Is that Bat Squatch? That could be Bat Squatch. Fear me, I'm Bat Squatch. But, aww. And Robert Mullins sent me this one. It's just too cute. Is that little Bat Squatch as a baby? Is that little Bat Squatch as a baby? I think this is Bat Squatch. Inconclusive or undisputed proof that Bat Squatch exists. And I believe it's a guy called Bassman. Or Batsman. Thank you very much for the picture. And as always, send to Robert Mullins or Bobby Mullins, whatever, 1YWOL0706@att.net. And if I get a picture of it, like Bassman as Bat Squatch, I might use it on the show. Well, look, let's get stuff we know we love here. Hell yeah, to the music everyone knows and loves on Wolf Tracks. But anyway, that was just a shameless little plug at Bassman. And one of my fans, guy in a band, cool deal, cool guy. Anyhow, let's get the show, shall we? There are several claims of alien spacecraft. Well, you see them. I think a lot of them are fake. Don't get me wrong. With the way CGI is now, and these guys with their computers, and the way they can do special effects, it's hard to discern between the two. But there are some things that have a hard time being figured out. I've got a picture. Now, when the sun sets off a solar flare, our magnetosphere on our planet blocks the solar flare or the particles of energy, and it goes around towards the poles of the Earth. But when it does this, damn, I love that. When it does this, we get what's called the aurora borealis, or the northern lights. It's the discharge of, I guess it's electromagnetic energy or something. Anyway, it produces pretty colors, lights. NASA, during the space station, they do a lot of picture taking with high-resolution cameras. Well, now, when they do that, they do pictures of all the terrain and, what they can see for space. This is a picture of the aurora borealis. And if you look closely, if it'll focus in, there it is. If you look, there is something floating in the aurora borealis. Now, I got better pictures. Hang on. I'm cool your shit. There you go. All right, there's a picture of it. Magnified. Now, this thing is floating around through the energy wave. Now, people say it looks like a starship. The weird thing is it was moving. I mean, there it is coming into it, if you see it. See the little green dot? That's it picking up the green energy or hue off of the aurora borealis. Now, this thing moved into the aurora borealis, flew around inside it for a little while, and then just left. Now, they say it was something wrong with the lens on the camera, this, that, and the other, a scratch, or ionic particles, or solar disarray, or some crazy, whatever NASA comes up with. All right, look. Scratch on a camera, the lens, doesn't move. Now, it moves if you move the camera. But these are stationary, and the film shows the little thing just moving right along at its own little pace. Now, I'm not saying it's real, but I'm going to say that it's something we can't explain, and it looks like it could be a ship. Now, why would it be in the aurora borealis? Good question. Why would it be in the aurora borealis? Could it be using the magnetosphere of the planet that discharges the solar radiation particles to the poles of the Earth to recharge its ship? Could it have a engine or ion drive or warp drive or nuclear reactor or whatever the hell they... See, you've got to think, it's stuff we're not used to. It's going to be a propulsion unit that we've never heard of. Okay, because if they're jumping from planet to planet, solar system to solar system, they're a little more advanced than we are. Now, could it be powered or recharged by the magnetosphere and the aurora borealis lights, the magnetic discharge of all these radioactive particles? Could be. I mean, we have solar energy. We charge things off the sun all the time. Why not? Why not charge something off of radiation? I mean, we power things with radiation all the time. I mean, look at our nuclear power plants. Hell, the byproduct is radioactive. But it's literally the breaking down of, atoms to make radiation, a power, radioactive energy? So, I mean, nuclear fusion, I guess they call it. Class, the word of the day is nuclear fusion. Well, that'd be words of the day, but we'll take it. But anyway, he said turn it up, so I'm turning it up. Oh, God, that's so good. it's so good. But if you doubt it, I don't have a picture of this. I'll try to get it for you next week. I couldn't find it, but it's a satellite called SETI. It's a naval satellite. Now, SETI caught video footage of a solar flare. No big deal. A solar flare. Happens all the time. This solar flare hit Mercury. Well, apparently that happens all the time. And like I talked about in one of my older shows, there was something between Mercury and the sun. So when the solar flare took off and left the sun to hit Mercury, there was nothing between it. When all of a sudden it crossed the path of something, it glowed bright orange. But when it did, I mean, the heat from the solar flare made whatever was invisible or cloaked visible or uncloaked. Now, NASA says it's a gas pocket that detonated because apparently gas just floats around in space. Well, that's possible, I could imagine. But if it blows up, it would go into the, and I covered this in the other show also, and I got a lot of flack off this, but you got to understand physics and geometry. Geometry, look, the easiest form to make is a sphere, a ball. There's no edges, no hexagons, no polygons, no trapezoids and all that. It's a sphere. It's a bubble. That's the reason when you make bubbles, you don't make squares, you don't make triangles or pyramids, you make bubbles, which are round, spherical, because it's the easiest geometrical form to assume. But when this stuff detonates, if gas detonates, it goes into a ball. Boom! You've seen explosions on the ground. It was like a half bowl. Boom! It's a ball. Only reason it didn't make the bottom part of the bowl is because the ground's so damn hard. Now, think, people, think. So now this thing has a tube on the top, a tube on the bottom, and a ball in the middle. No. The gas doesn't make a form. It makes a sphere. Sphere. Oh, God, that's so good. Damn, that's so good. All right, look. So now you got homework. Look up SETI, SEECHI, I think it is. It's a naval satellite. You can pull it up on YouTube. But anyway, I don't know if it's real. It could be. It might be. They say it's a naval satellite, so I take it at face value. But the Aurora Borealis thing, it's kind of odd that this thing exists. I mean, it literally flew into the Aurora Borealis, collided in. You saw the little green dot and it come into the Aurora Borealis, stayed and flew around inside it for a little while, and then just took off. I don't care how you try to explain that. That's a ship. And as many probes as we put into space to look at other planets, you would think they'd do the same to us. It's awful narrow-minded of us to think that we are the only ones that think of, let's spy on other people. Let's spy on the other planets. Let's look at the other planets and spy on them for a little while. I mean, really. I don't think we're the only ones. Sorry. Apparently, Gloria Estefan's right, and the rhythm is going to get you. All right. Well, anyway, so I guess that'll hopefully get your little brain pan thinking. But I do believe that people, I believe not only do we send out probes to planets, but I believe other planets send out probes to us. To see us, to check on us, to see what we're up to, see how far along we are. We currently are looking at Europa, which is a moon on Jupiter. And this is scary in itself because they're just gung-ho to go. It's an ice moon. They're sending what looks like a small half-ball type sub on a rocket that's going to be nuclear-powered. It's going to melt through the crust, go to the liquid core, and look for life and run, I don't know, indefinitely because it's nuclear-powered. Send data back to Earth of what it finds. Of course, we'll never see it Because if there's life, our government will not, oh no, we can't let them know there's life out there. The Catholics will come unglued. So anyway, but the surface has shown something neat. There's red lines on Europa. Now think about that for a minute. Red lines. Planet's white because it's ice. Or moon, I'm sorry. Moon is ice. And there's red looking all over it, these lines. Almost like a bacteria. Ooh, a bacteria. Well, if you think about it, your ice machines have what's called pink slime in them. Life can grow in ice. It comes off as a slime. Now, I showed you those little cup things from Mars that look like, dried up mushrooms and whatnot. And I showed you the rocks that moved. We're going to launch something to Europa. I hope to God it doesn't come back to us. Because if it's a bacteria causing this slime, what's to say it's not harmful to us? I mean, I understand furthering our own knowledge of our neighboring planets, their moons, knowledge in general, space travel, astrophysics, mathematics. I get all that. Space travel. I get it. But there has to be a slight thought of caution. Because you're talking about a life form that we've probably never seen or experienced before. And you're thinking, Bobby the Wolf Mullins, what the hell is some slime going to do to us? Right. Okay, let's run some history, shall we? The Aztecs, Aztecs, Mayans, one of those. Anyway, the Spanish came over to look for gold and to conquer. Well, they brought something with them that the Mayans were not ready for. Smallpox. And it damn near wiped them out. A virus, a bacteria, damn near killed an entire population. So now ask yourself again, what's the harm in a little bit of slime off of a planet we know or a moon we know nothing about in space? People, you gotta think. Your governments are doing crazy things, and they're putting us in danger because they want to know what's there. Okay, this stuff needs to be quarantined. What if they quarantine it and it can eat through the stuff? What if it can eat through the container? I mean, Ebola Zaire, which is a viral strain on this planet, turns you into a bag of goo. It doesn't dissolve the bone, but you bleed out of every orifice of your body. Think about that. Every orifice of your body, your cell walls break down and you become goo. Just a puddle of slime with bones. Whoopee. And you're going to go to Europa and grab a sample of this red slime and probably bring it back to study it. Brilliant. Our immune system only works so good, guys. Okay? It only works so good. We have to be exposed to it in small doses over a long period of time. We can't have a massive dose of an infectious substance all at once, or we're dead. Yeah, dead, gone, no longer here. With the choir, eternal, deceased. It's a dead parrot. It's no longer amongst the living. Yeah, along those lines. Ugh. Anyway, guys, look, I'm going to get off here. I just had to do this show, get a little venting off my chest. It's been a rough week for old Bobby the Wolf Mullins. And I had a friend of mine tell me, anytime there's a rough week, grab yourself by the bootstraps, do your show. It'll make you feel better. Grab a beer, cut the camera on, and do what you do best, and that's show off. And Richard, I'm doing what I can today, man. It's been a bad couple of days. But anyway, I pulled myself up by my bootstraps, grabbed a cold one, which I'm going to drink some more of. Matter of fact, fuck, I need another one. And I happen to have one. Oh, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's good. I love that sound. God, I love that sound. Oh my God, I love that sound. That is so awesome. Oh, it's such. Oh, I love this stuff. Oh, another burp's like beer. Well, look, guys, I'm gonna get off here and enjoy the rest of my day. Yeah, Wolf's kids are out of town on vacation with their mom, so I kind of got the place to myself. Anyway, guys, look, I'm gonna get out of here. Remember, take it easy or sleazy, and don't get any on you unless you like it that way. And remember, open your eyes, open your ears, and open your mind. Pay attention. Pay attention to what walks by, crawls by, flies by, and or slithers by. And like I said at the beginning of the show, if you get a picture of it, send to Bobby the Wolf Mullins. I just might use it on the show. And remember, as always, guys, as always, on 3, 1, 2, 3.